Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Outliers YouTube channel and podcast series and our program, Get to Know. I'm your host, DP Lyle, and I'm here with my partner in crime, Kathleen Antrim.
Thanks, Doug. It's great to be here, and I'm very excited about our interview today. Not only is she an award-winning New York Times best-selling author who's one of the most prolific people that I've ever seen. I mean, I don't even know how you write all these books, but she's also one of the nicest people you'll ever meet. Donna
Oh,
Grant, welcome to Get to Know.
thank you. And thank you so much for having me. It's a pleasure to be here, guys.
Oh, love having you here. And as our viewers know, I kind of like to dig in a little bit to your background.
Sure.
So I'd like to discuss your childhood.
All right.
And I'm really curious whether you feel your childhood contributed to you becoming an author. Were you a reader? Were you an introvert, an extrovert? Did you have imaginary friends? If you did, we want to know their names. So, fill us in.
Yes, my childhood did contribute to me being a writer. Both of my parents were big readers. I mean, we had just books everywhere. And both of them, my parents were like, we don't care what you read, just read, you know? So, I mean, we were at the bookstore in the library, God, every weekend. And then when I got past, the middle school, because I used to win all those prizes. You read the most, you get the pizza or whatever. I
The
always did that.
scholastic thing.
Yes. Yeah, oh
Yes,
my God.
yes.
Loved those. When I got past that, I started reading my parents' stuff, right?
Mhm.
And dad read little of everything. He loved horror, and I just could not, could not do horror. But my mom read romance. So specifically, I remember I was going because I had braces and I went with her to work and I was sitting in her office and I was waiting. So we had like an hour before we had to go. It's first thing in the morning. And I was like, she was on a call and I was bored to death, right? And I look over and there is a Joanna Lindsay book. Okay. And I was like, so I picked it up, I started reading, and I'm like sucked in. And I mean, that was it for me. Totally it. I was 12 years old, probably way too young to be reading romance, but I was like, this is all I want to read from now on. And that's all I did. I mean, I was sucked in from there. Absolutely.
Did you have imaginary friends?
No, I didn't. I was always making up stories though, but I never had any imaginary friends, which is odd. My brothers were 9 and 12 years older than me, so I was kind of raised as like a
Sure.
only child. But no, I mean, I was in dance, so I spent most of my time. If I wasn't reading, I was at dance. So yeah.
I'll do that. Okay, so you go to high school. Did you
Mhm.
go to college? What did you study if you went to college? Did you
I
plan on
did.
being a writer? Did you have another career?
I wanted to be a dancer. I was actually invited to, when I was 16, to go study in London and the Royal Ballet. And of course, my mom freaked out and was like, no, you're not going overseas. So I kind of missed out on that. But yeah, I went to college, did not want to go. I knew I didn't want to go. The dance studio that I actually danced at and taught at, she wanted to sell it to me. And my dad was like, I'll buy it for you. And I was like, I don't want to do that either. I mean, I knew I didn't, if I couldn't dance, I didn't want to teach. So I went to college and I am actually a full year away from getting a degree and I will never go back. It was just, I did it because everybody was like, you've got to go to college, you've got to get a degree. And I did business. So, and I was like, this is boring. This is not what I want to do. And yeah, no, that's when I started writing, really, just picking it up and was like, and it was little things here and there. I'd start something and go, and then I'd start something and So yeah.
So then how long did it take you before you really, buckled down and, how long did it take to write your first novel and then to actually get published?
So I wrote my first book when I was pregnant with my oldest. I worked as a bookkeeper at a property management company. So every day at lunch, I would shut my door and I would write. It took me 4 months to write the book. And then I was like, yeah, this is what I want to do. And I was balls to the walls after that. I mean, it was everything I could find that to do. I found Romance Writers of America, so I joined that. They had a local chapter in Houston, so I was going there. And it took me, so that was 1999 when I started. I got my first contract. It was after Hurricane Rita hit. We were displaced, and I got my first contract in 2005.
Now, was it for that first book or no?
No, it was for something else. I wrote, I think, 4 or 5 books before I wrote it's Highland Mist. It was and I was like, you know how you just know when you write something, you're like, this is special. And I was like, I just knew this was going to like launch me. And it did. So that was it.
Wow. So, and now how many books later? I mean, like I said, you are incredibly prolific. So how many books do you have out?
160.
Oh, man.
Slacker, slacker, slacker. Yeah.
A hundred.
Well, let me ask you, what's your process? I mean, in general terms, would you consider yourself an outliner or a pantser or all that, or somewhere in between, or what?
Oh no, I am a full-on pantser. I
Yeah.
mean, I'm just if I can I can absolutely, plot something out, but then in my brain it's written, so
Exactly.
I can't some of the magic really comes when I sit down and I'm just like, let's see where this goes. And I'm still amazed after all these books that I can get from start to finish and go, oh wow, that worked out. I don't know how, but it did.
Yeah, I'm the same way. And my first few books I outlined, and I spent a lot of time on the outline, weeks.
Yeah.
And then when I said, okay, now I got to write this story, and I said, no, I don't want to go to school today, Mommy. I want to stay home because now it became work. I already told myself the story. And
Exactly.
somebody put a thing on the internet not too long ago, and it said something about your first draft is you telling yourself your story.
Hmm.
And I think that's so well put because it's exactly what it is. So I do
Yeah.
the same thing. I get 20,000 words into it, and I think, I have no idea where this is going. Just shut up and keep moving and see what happens next. But about 40, 50,000 words is, I got the hook, I got the twist, I got the turn, I got it, and now we're on the downhill slide. Seems like it always works that way.
I just usually in the
It's a
middle of the book,
mystery.
I'm like, I hate it. I hate everything. What am I doing? I'm gonna have to scrap it all over. And then I just keep plodding through, and then I'm like,
Exactly.
oh, okay, it's working out.
Yeah, I call it the 40,000 word panic.
Yes.
It happens every time. The only difference is I tell people that your first 2 or 3 books, it's real panic. By the time you get to above 20 and whatnot, it's kind of like, shut up, idiot. You do this every
Just do it.
time. Just move on. Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
true.
How long does it take you now to write a book? Let's say you have a concept, you sit down, you put pen to paper, and away you go.
Well, what I used to do, and I'm not doing this anymore because, well, I like my free time, but I used to write 5 days a week, Monday through Friday, and I would write 4,000 words a day. So that's 20,000 a week. So
Yeah.
it would take me, what is that? 4
5 weeks to write a book.
weeks, and then 2 weeks to go through and do my revisions. So I read it, because I don't read every day, I sit down and I write.
Yeah.
And so when it's done, then I go back and I read it, and that's when I flesh everything out. And that's when I add anywhere from, oh God, 10 to 15,000 words, just,
Right.
pulling everything in that I was like, oh, that's what I meant when I was, saying fix that, all that. So yeah, I do another 2 weeks for that. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Same thing.
Wow.
My
That's
first drafts are very thin, and they're short. They may be 65, 70,000 words,
Mhm.
but then you go back and flesh them all out, and it's like, oh, this is a fun story.
That's the worst part though. No, I hate the revisions. I really do. I hate going through and reading it. I was like, why can't I just get all this out in my first draft, But that's never
Very
happened.
few authors can do that. Very few. Very
And
few.
then on top of that, you are very active on social media. I mean, I see you on Instagram,
Yeah,
and I'm assuming you do your own. I
I
don't,
do. Yeah.
and I'm just amazed how many hours a week do you spend on that? Because I mean, I'm amazed.
I schedule all that out. I do it once a week. That's my Friday. And now instead of writing 5 days a week, now I'm only writing 3 days a week. And so I have 2 days to do admin and marketing stuff and focusing more on my backlist instead of just constant front list because, oh my God, I have all this backlist, right? So that's where the translations and, all of that's coming in. But so yeah, On my Fridays, or that's what I do, my social media. I figure my social media for the next week, including any store sales and, retail sales and all of that.
Amazing. Well,
Amazing.
obviously you have to be very organized. So let's talk about what your most recent launch and what you have coming up. But first, let's start with what's out right now.
What is out right now? Oh, my most recent would probably be, well, that's coming in November.
Okay. All
That
right.
that's my God, my Elven Kingdom. I love that series. I mean, like that's a almost like a book of the heart type thing. Um,
I love that cover. Cover's
Thank you.
beautiful.
Yeah, I'm really happy with that one. That's coming November 11th.
Oh, cool.
But the one before that would have been After Midnight. Sorry, I have so many. It's just like I don't even have it in here. Oh, yes, I do.
Yeah, I want to see the cover. Oh, beautiful. Well,
Mhm.
yeah, that's beautiful.
Thank you. So
I like the other one better.
You
uh,
like the one better.
well,
I'm
yeah.
kind of liking I don't know, the man in the chest. I'm thinking not
No, but yeah, that came out in September. So yeah, and then
bad.
Mountain Fires in November.
Oh, how exciting. How exciting. And so what are you working on now?
The next book that's coming out in, oh my God, what is it? March? April? God, I don't know. The next book in the Elven Kingdoms, it's Burning Sea. So
Oh, wow. So I'm assuming, I mean, how long does it take your publisher to get these books out after you've written them?
these I'm all doing myself. So I have
Hmm.
to, I have actually stepped away from traditional publishing for various reasons. After, God, what did they have? 56 of my books.
Wow.
Um, yeah. And it was, I'm still a hybrid because I'm still with Blue Box Press. So
Yeah.
there's that.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I've stepped away from my other publisher. And it's been, I like having the freedom of being able to say, I'm changing the covers or I'm doing this sell or, I don't want to write this book right now. I'm going to go over here and write this book. So
Yeah.
there is that.
That's huge. So, and how's that going for you? I know Doug and I will be going with Outliers to Author Nation. I don't know if you've been to that in Vegas. It's I guess they have a couple thousand people and it's basically indies and hybrids and a lot of marketing.
Mm-hmm.
And they have a whole day that's Reader Nation where the authors there are signing. But it sounds fascinating. I know we're expecting to learn a lot. So thought it might be something you're interested in someday.
Yeah,
This
maybe.
will be our first time, so I can let you know how it goes.
Oh, please, yeah.
But
No, but I turn everything in because I still have an audio publisher, so I don't do my audio.
Mhm.
So my audio publisher is very good to me, so I stay with them. And I have to turn a book in 4 to 6 months before release, so the audio simultaneously releases. So
Sure.
that is where that schedule comes in. So I still
Wow.
have deadlines. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have deadlines.
It doesn't matter
Oh,
who's
it's
making the deadlines. There's deadlines. Exactly.
that is so impressive that you're running your own business. And I mean, that's really smart. And I know authors often find that they actually do better financially if they're indie publishing. So,
Yeah,
so where can our,
significantly better.
yeah, yeah. So where can our viewers learn more about you and buy your books?
Oh, the perfect place is go to my website. So donnagrant.com. I have a store there. So you can buy ebooks and print and merchandise. I have audio's not on there yet, but it's coming. So yeah.
Very, very cool. Well, it is so wonderful to have you. You are a fantastic interview. We've got to have you back with the next one that's coming out. And that would be so much fun. So,
We could have you 6 or 8 times a year, it seems like,
yeah,
with your next book. Yeah.
I
And we would
know.
love that.
you could guest host for us and
Yes,
promote our stuff. And,
that would be fun. Count me
It
up
would.
for that.
Yeah. Have
yeah.
your own series here. Yes.
And I want to ask our viewers to please click the thumbs up. It helps us get the excuse me, algorithms out and gets people seeing the interviews. And if you're not subscribed, we'd love it if you would subscribe and then you won't miss any of our interviews. And Doug, I'll throw it back to you.
Donna, thanks so much. Everybody go to donnagrant.com and look at all these books. You'll be worn out just scrolling through them, much less reading them all, but start and jump in. You'll have a good time with it. And that kind of wraps up this episode of Get to Know here on our Outliers YouTube channel and podcast series. And you know we will be back with other interviews very soon. So until then, keep reading, keep writing, keep having fun, and try not to get caught.